Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And so today, it's been over 2 weeks that I've had the Google Pixel 8a, and I just wanted to tell you guys what I think about the device currently right now, and just all the fun that I'm having comparing it to my other devices. So this video is currently shot on the Google Pixel 7a, and right now I'm using both of these devices. Of course, there's not going to be a giant difference between them, but that's okay. There are still some subtle differences. First of all, upon taking it out the box for the first time and holding it, this is by far a really comfortable phone to hold. I really, really, really will say that. One of the things that, is really obvious about it is you can see the cornerings. It's a really, rounded off device rather than, rectangulish like the Pixel 6a and the 7a. Upon that, with the Pixel 5, it's pretty much that. It's, very, very similar to that. So that's one thing that's, I'm definitely going to give it like a plus on it. The other thing about it is also the feeling on the back of this. I mean, you see a lot of, tech review videos and they talk about like, the back of the device feels really good and it's got this matte finish to it. Yes, it's plastic, but it feels like glass, but it's got a matte finish. And just saying it is so underrated. Like you really have to hold this in hand to really understand what we mean by just how nice it feels in the hand. It really does. For those people that are very conscious about how the phone feels, you'll definitely enjoy holding this. One thing I really kind of will put out, is the camera pill cutout on the Pixel 8a is bigger than what's on the Pixel 7a. The hold of it in hand just feels really comfortable. It's out of all the Pixels that I've used recently, the Pixel 8a seems to be the most comfortable one to hold since my Pixel 5. That's like one reason why that I really like the Pixel 5 was how comfortable it was for me to hold and maneuver and do what I need to do on it. And the same thing can be said here with the Pixel 8a. So it's got all the nifty bells and features, right? I got, face unlock and it unlocks that way. You can unlock it with your fingerprint, and the fingerprint reader is pretty decent. It's pretty good. So another thing is that it does have 120 hertz refresh rate on the display itself, but I don't even have it turned on. I don't really care for it. I mean, I know some people will, but this seems pretty snappy for me already as is. I don't know what the whole big deal is about it. Maybe someone could, comment what makes 120 hertz the most important thing and the best thing ever, because then I can tell you guys, even at 60 hertz, I don't have any issues with that whatsoever. You get a ton of features packed into this device. I will tell you guys that right now. There's a lot of cool things that I can do with it that, is pretty much the reason why I like Google Pixel devices in the first place, obviously. Messaging, I have the ability to have, spam messages blocked. So I don't get bombarded with things that don't really matter. The same thing goes with phone calls. I have, the spam blocking done on that. And, that comes with this device. It comes with the Google Dialer, but, you get full range of that feature with a Google Pixel phone. And it's just been a lifesaver because I've looked back to see like how many phone calls it has blocked that has been marked as spam and, potential scam and things like that. And there's a ton of them, a ton of calls that's blocked. Google's really doing a good job of just ciphering through the phone calls. If it's a number that, has never called me before, obviously I can screen the call. And that's something that I really like too, is being able to, have call screening and, get the person on the other end to explain why they're calling me without really interrupting what I'm doing. So that's something that, I absolutely appreciate and, really enjoy. So besides those subtle features, one major thing is, I am not a professional photographer, and I guess I won't call myself a amateur photographer because I don't do photography for a living. Like I don't have people call me up to, take photos for them or any of that stuff. I just like going out with my family and taking photos for keepsake memories and to, share on social media and just see what other people think about the shots that I take. And the Pixel 8a's cameras is pretty dang solid. It is the same 64 megapixel sensor that's in the Pixel 7a, but obviously, with some enhancements, some optimization, the photos are a little bit different, which that'll come in a Pixel 7a versus 8a video that I'll do. But other than that, I mean, I got to play around with the features on this, on the cameras itself. I'll link it in the description for the quick video that just kind of shows you some of the things you can do, like cinematic mode and, you know, um, time lapse and slow mo. I'm played around with those. There's a longer video that, I vlogged my day going to the park with my kids, and I used the Pixel 8a to kind of vlog that. And so that was pretty good. I would say that this is definitely good for content creating. I will say that. I know other people are like iPhone, 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 iPhone for video. And while that is true, iPhones do take pretty good video. Sometimes the video quality on the iPhone is not what I want. Like I don't want the sky behind me to be completely blown out like light gray, or the sky is actually of a light blue. And so that's one thing I do appreciate with the Google Pixel, is that I can achieve that video shot with the selfie cam on this, and also with the main camera sensors on the back. I can achieve that shot. I can get, the sky and how it looks, and not have to worry so much about, oh, well, it's light grayish, white, blown out type of thing. I'm sure that there's, apps with the iOS you can use to really alleviate that. I get it. Sometimes I just want to point and shoot and get a video together. Sometimes I just want to get that clip and be about my day, and I can achieve that with the Pixel 8a. So like questions always asking, like, what is the point of this device when you can just, spend a few bucks more and get the Pixel 8? And I will say this, yes, for someone who's well off with funds, they can spend $50 more if the phone is on sale, or $100 more and get the Pixel 8a. But we're kind of forgetting the value of money here, and like what $100 is, and if I can save $100 and get the Pixel 8a, that gives me all the benefits and features that a Pixel 8 would provide, minus a few corners cut, like not having a glass back, which to me is more of a positive than a negative. Not somebody that needs to have a glass back. I actually worry more for glass back devices than I do for a plastic device, which is why I'm more confident in holding my Pixel 8a without a case on it. Be it that if it was the Pixel 7, I probably would have still had a case on it, or I really wouldn't be handling it as much without a case on it, in fear of dropping it and cracking it. And that's something I don't have to worry about with this. Like, yes, if you drop this, you're going to break something. You may crack the display. You may, scuff up the camera bar, or even crack the glass lens on the camera. But that's different to compare to having a giant spider crack on the back of a smartphone, which looks ugly as hell, and you can never take it out of a case again without people just gawking at it as in like, what happened to that thing? And I don't have to worry about that with the Pixel 8a. The Pixel 8a being plastic, totally fine. It does have, Gemini features on here, Gemini Nano. So you do have on-device AI. I'm not a real big person that uses a lot of AI, so it's not something that, I need to have on a day-to-day function. Like, I don't need to tell Google to draft me up a photo of a kitten doing a medieval lancing competition, or I don't need it to draft me up an email. I like to say that I'm pretty educated to articulate an email and make it sound professional with my own words and typing than needing AI to do these things. So while I have access to AI with this, if I really wanted to use it, I definitely can. But generally speaking, I really don't have to, but it's there if I need it. Now, as far as gaming on here, this does have the Tensor G3 chip. And I know a lot of people are still going to hang on that whole thing. It's not a flagship. It is a flagship chip. Let's knock that crap off. Just because it doesn't play games like, what's a very popular game that people like to use to test the performance, or Genshin Impact. I know a lot of people are playing that. My kids play Genshin Impact. And I don't know how this will run Genshin Impact. I've seen other content creators say that it kind of struggles a little bit to do that. But that's not a major deal. Like, this is an extension of us. Like, we carry everything in this. Like, there are some states today that allow you to carry a digital driver's license, on your smartphone. So like, a lot of things is connected to here. Your bank cards are connected to here. Everything is connected to here. There's more to a phone than just video gaming all day long. I have a few games on here that I like to play when I'm bored. Like, I got All Ninjas Must Die. I have Pokemon Go, and those are the two games that I play, and they run solid fine, perfect on here, no problems at all. And the phone does not get warm for me when I play these games. when I do photography and stuff like that, the phone slightly gets a bit warm, especially when I'm recording in, full HD, 60 frames per second, or even 4K 60 frames per second, it can warm up. My city is always hot. Look at that, 104 right now. And that's cold weather for the summer. Can you guys believe? I am not messing with any of you guys. That is considered cool weather in my city, because not long ago were we really high on the heat index, and I think they still have excessive heat warning. Yep, we still have an excessive heat warning. By tomorrow should be about like 111. We're reaching up there, 113 on Thursday, 115 on Friday. Okay, so yes, going outside my phone is gonna get hot because it's already hot outside. The dry heat and everything's definitely gonna impact the temperature in my phone. So even busting out the camera outside and taking photos will definitely heat it up pretty quickly. But as far as being like in room temperature, like here in my room right now, it's like 88 degrees right now. And it's just fine. It's not hot, it's not warm to the touch or none of that. So I can say, at least for my unit, it's not heating up like that. How do I use my phone? Well, emails, chatting, phone calls, video calls, YouTube, TikTok. That's it. Like social media, like getting on threads and just kind of seeing what everyone's up to, and commenting and liking people's posts and stuff like that. Getting on X and doing the same thing. It's pretty much what I do in my day using my smartphone. So at times my smartphone is basically laying on my desk if I'm watching, like watching a movie on Google TV, or if I have the home speaker turned on and just, I'm listening to music and, creating content. That's probably like the one thing that kills the battery is, obviously making a video. Audio on this is pretty good. I will give it that. It's decent. A lot better than the Pixel 7a. At this point of volume, on the 7a, it would be really, really, really quiet. Whereas, on my Pixel 8a, I can still hear the videos just fine. If I have the volume all the way up full blast, it's pretty loud. I can hear it. Those speakers do a phenomenal job in outputting sound signals, so that's great. Of course, you got, Type-C port right there, and you don't have expansion for SD card. The only closest way you can even come close to having expandable memory by using one of these with a flash drive connected to it. It will read, so if you plug it into the bottom of that and your flash drive plugged into there, then anything on your flash drive will be accessible on here. Of course, that's not a permanent solution to expandable memory, because then afterwards you don't want to be having that flash drive dongle hanging out of your phone. But nonetheless, I mean, you can if you want to, if you need to. If you need to move some photos that you don't want to lose. Other cool things here is that, it does have dual SIM support. So I actually had 2 eSIMs on here, one from Mobile X, one from Metro by T-Mobile, using them both at the same time in DSDS mode. Previously, if you wanted to use DSDS mode, you had to have 1 eSIM and 1 physical SIM into the device. If you had 2 eSIMs in the past, only 1 would actively work. So now that's changed with my Pixel 8a. I can have 2 eSIM profiles on there, and it runs in DSDS mode. Now, one thing I did notice is that if you were to turn off one of the eSIMs and install a physical SIM to still run DSDS, it kind of glitches where it doesn't want to read the physical SIM. So what I had to do was a network reset, resetting the network, which, kind of sucks because then you have to like reconnect to your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and such, and then put the physical SIM card in, and then it was able to read the physical SIM card. So that's how my DSDS is set up right now. I am running still Metro by T-Mobile and Boost Infinite on the Pixel 8a, and then on my Pixel 7a, which I use to switch the SIMs out with other devices. I use Helium Mobile as my main line to switch between testing devices. And then these 2 I keep in here just because they're my personal numbers. My Helium Mobile number is not really so much of a personal number, but friends and family do have it in order to communicate with me in case I don't respond on this phone. The weight of it is really nice. It's got weight to it, but it's not overbearingly, heavy. It's pretty decent. I can't complain about the weight. It doesn't feel like it's a toy and it's hollowed out or anything like that. So you got some weight to it, but it doesn't feel heavy where it's like unbearable to hold a lot. I do enjoy using the Pixel 7a also, but the 7a and the 8a are very, very similar in performance. Even though one has a Tensor G2, one has a Tensor G3, the Pixel 8a performs pretty good. And so far, using anything on here, I haven't run into any issues of lag or stutter, jank, jitter, or any of that stuff. It hasn't froze on me. Apps haven't crashed on me. So it's fairly doing pretty good. It is running stock Android 14. I did not put it on Android 15 beta. I'm not intending to, because we're so close around the corner to the release of Android 15 that I'll just wait until Android 15 fully launches. Yeah, everything else that I use, geo tracking and stuff like that works just fine. This is a very, very awesome phone so far. I really, really enjoy it. I'm like super happy to have it. It's a very, very different feeling as to like getting the other Pixel devices. I think the number one thing that really just kind of like puts it out there for me is that I know that this is going to be supported for a very long time. 7 years promised software support on the Pixel 8a. That's exciting to me. Like that's good to know that no matter what, if I went homeless tomorrow and was like fudging my videos to continue to create content while struggling out there on the streets, I wouldn't have to worry about having to get the latest and greatest device and be able to know what the latest versions of Android would be, because I have this that's supported for 7 years. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, I'm not balling out of control. I live my life very humbly, and that's how I live. So if you didn't know, now you know. But yeah, I definitely do recommend the Pixel 8a. I definitely will say that it is worth getting. Even though people will question what is the point of the existence, the point of the existence is that you can save $100 in getting this versus the Pixel 8, since they're both pretty much identical. And that's the point of it, right? Glass backs don't make the phone faster or any of that stuff. It may help with the heat dispersion, maybe, but at the end of the day, really, I'm all about saving money. And if you are too, I'd say this is the better option to get. I know, right? Crazy. I'm like probably one of the few people that will hit YouTube and tell you guys that between the Pixel 8 and the 8a, if you're concerned about saving money, this is the phone to get. But thanks for checking out today's video. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. It's a pretty long video, so if you guys made it all the way till the end, hashtag Pixel 8a for the win. So that's Pixel, the number 8, the letter A, the number 4, the win. Let me know you guys made it all the way here. I appreciate you guys for watching my video contents. Check out my other catalog of libraries of Pixel videos and other videos that I like to make. And check the description. There are some promo codes for you guys in the description for you, especially for Helium Mobile. Get 1 month free when you sign up. And check out Helium Mobile. They're big pushers of Google Pixel. So if you buy a Pixel to them, you'll get a couple of months free too on top of that. Thanks for checking out today's video.